You know, I never actually believed in the RF build. I always thought that it has to be expensive to make, and it's not really fun to play. But after actually making the build and looking for the items that fit the build, I'm actually super impressed that I haven't tried this build ever. And in my experience in playing the or in creating the build, it wasn't really that expensive and it wasn't really that difficult, although there are certain points in which it gets kind of crazy, especially if you're specking on the first time. Like if you want to play the RF build early as level 17, there are some skill tree that you need to take, but then you're gonna respec as you level up, as you gain levels. The tree spec is different from 1 to 17, and then from 20 to 30 it's different, from 30 to 40 it's different, things like that. But when you take the time to actually understand on how to create that build, it gets a little bit easier. And I'm so glad that I was able to make not a perfect one, but it's sustainable enough that you could actually farm with it. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Sin Blackblade and welcome back to a brand new vlog series featuring the Jog RF build. So I was extremely surprised on how easy it is to build this hero. It's not quite as expensive as before, but it's so much fun and it's so much powerful. So let's get into the build. So if you want to use the build at around level 17, there is a complete and a really good guide that I will link in the comment section down below. It's not my guide, and but it really helped me into understanding how the Righteous Fire works and how you could be able to play it as early as level 16 or 17, I think. So here we go. The Ascendancy that we will take, of course, is the Juggernaut. The pattern is you're gonna take the Unbreakable first, and then you're gonna take the Untiring, and then lastly you'll go with Unflinching and the Unyielding. So that's the pattern: Unbreakable, Untiring, Unflinching, and then Unyielding. So with the skills, you wanna take the Life and Armor nodes over here, going to Warrior's Blood. You take the Heart of the Warrior. Again, this is the end game stuff. This is from level 80 to 90 plus, I think, or to 93. If again, link in the description down below if you want the complete guide on how you could play it, because there's a lot of skill allocation, passive allocation that you will change. At first, you're gonna get the Arsonist over here, some life over there. The pattern, the skill tree is quite different from level 17 to 20. It's different again from 20 to 40 and 40 to 60 and then 60 to 80. It kind of differs, but you'll get the hang of it. Anyway, Heart of the Warrior for the maximum life, and then we've gotten the, not the full circle, but only the maximum fire resistance, and then +2 to all maximum elemental resistance. Because the thing that you should understand here is that you have to have a high fire resistance, as high as you can. I think he recommended around 80 plus, but I got mine to 81. Anyway, prismatic skin, and then we're gonna get the protection mastery. Corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you. And then we went over here to get the soul steel, and then it's a different armor, but you are going to get the armor mastery for the +1 to the all maximum resistances if equipped by helmet, body armor, gloves, and boots all have armor. So that's going to be an important part. So when you're building your character, you want to have your helmet, body armor, gloves, and boots have all armor. Just put some armor there. It's okay if it's a combination of armor and energy shield, or armor and evasion. So you have armor here, armor on the chest piece, and then armor on the helm in order to get that bonus. And then over here, Bloodlines, we've gotten the Call to Arms, and then Champion of the Cause, and then another Reservation Efficacy. I did not know this, so I was actually wondering, how do you get so many auras active? Every time I look at the build, how do they get so much auras active? It's probably from expensive gear, but no. what you want to do is you want to get the mana reservation skill nodes, and then you gotta get the Juggernaut, and then the again the armor mastery +1 to maximum elemental resistances, and then barbarism over here, and then hearty for the regeneration. Regeneration is really important, and then you get the recovery mastery, regenerate 50 life per second. And then I did play around with some tattoos, so I got 2% here, 2% increased maximum life, and then we've gotten the devotion over here, increased maximum life, and then holy dominion, and then up here to get some amplify to increase the area damage of our righteous fire, and then retribution, discipline training, and then sanctity. And then we've gone to the left over here to take the divine judgment to increase our elemental damage, and then elemental mastery, exposure, inflict at least negative 18% to affected resistances. And then we went here to get righteous army for the, I'm guessing for the regeneration, because we've gotten the spiritual aid here. Increases and reductions to minion damage also affect us, so I'm guessing that's the 1% life regeneration. And then over here, this is really good, the sovereignty, increased mana reservation efficacy for skills, 10% increased effect of non-auras you cast from your skills. So this will allow us to get as all of these auras: determination, malevolence, vitality, and then purity of elements. And then we've gotten some mastery over here, 8% increased damage dealt of your aura and herald skills affecting you. And then we've gotten another life node over here, purity of flesh. We went up over here to get the holy fire for the fire damage multiplier, and gives us +4 to our fire resistance. And then we went up over here, this will be the last, you'd want to go over here and take the breath of flames for the multiplier and increased fire damage. And then you get the fire mastery, regenerate 1 life per second for each 1% uncapped fire resistance. So so that's important too. And then we've gotten the deep thoughts, increased maximum mana and regeneration rate. And we've gotten the mana mastery, 12% increased mana reservation efficiency of skills. We did get some life notes over here. And then finally we went down over here to take the acrimony, 15% damage overtime multiplier, and then the damage overtime mastery, 10% to damage overtime if you've killed recently. So we are at level 85. You know me, when it's the league, I only play up to level 85. But if you're gonna move forward, you're gonna take all of the fire damage nodes over here, and then probably complete some life nodes over there, probably some endurance charges too if you want, some more life nodes over here, some life and armor over there. So there are a lot of things that you can do. There's some more life over here, or if you want to get some really good jeweled sockets, that would be great too. I'm not exactly sure what sort of jewels you'd use for this one, but I'm guessing that it's going to involve fire damage, increased fire damage, probably fire damage multiplier, probably all of those, or elemental damage probably. So either fire damage, elemental damage, or multiplier, any of those three. I think that's just what I'm guessing that you could take over there. Alright then, so for our what do you call this, for our gear, get an opal, get a scepter, and then make sure that the scepter has a +1 level of fire spell skill gems. It's really not that expensive. I thought that it was going to be, but of course the more stats that there is in there, the more expensive it will get. So just be careful on that. Make sure that you have fire damage, chance to ignite. He also told me that you can get multipliers here, but it gets really expensive as the numbers go higher. So just be careful with that. And then next, we're going to use a spirit shield, again +1. This is the important part. +1 level of all fire spell skill gems. You can have some resistance there, some life, and then some regeneration too. I'm guessing that you also can get additional spell damage here. I'm not quite sure because it got expensive as I was browsing. So if you have enough currency, go ahead and do that. For helm, nothing important, just armor, life, and then resistances. Armor, life, resistances. The chest piece, go as high as you can with armor over here, so that according to the guide, you need lots of armor. So if we pop in our granite flask, that goes up to 88%. Estimated physical damage reduction, so that's 46k of armor. Really, really good. Put in some life, some resistances, or what you need there. For amulet, I got this because I wanted the 1.4% life regen, of course, intelligence, spell damage. It's kind of all over the place because I just picked this up and I thought that it would help the build, but you know, you do you. Next, we're gonna get a 2-stone ring, you know, nothing special, just life and then resistances. Same that's true with the other one, life and then resistances. And then next, the armor. This is also important. Find a gauntlet that has inflict fire exposure on hit, applying percentage fire resistance or negative percentage fire resistance. The higher that number is, the more expensive the gloves is going to be. So be prepared on that. Our armor is nice to have, some decks because we're gonna use fire trap, so some decks would be good. Some regeneration will also be good. I just put some life over there. This is fairly cheap because I didn't really need any more resistances because I got that from my other gear. Another nice to have, immortal flesh, life, regen, huge regen, 337.4 life per second. There is a negative 23 to all our elemental resistances, but that's okay because you know we can cap it out. I've capped it. I've capped out mine. Minus 43 physical damage taken from hits, 40% increased armor while not ignited, frozen, or shocked. Based on the build, we will not be shocked, we will not be frozen, we will not be ignited. So we are having that 40% increased armor there. And then for the boots, you know, I got what damage penetrates 8% of elemental resistances if you haven't killed recently, plus 69 to maximum life, and then you know some nice strength, a little bit of armor, a little bit of evasion, and then some movement speed. Now, for what's going to be connected to our righteous fire, that's going to be connected to efficacy, and then elemental focus, life tap, swift affliction, and then burning damage. For our fire trap, that's going to be attached to life tap, trap and mine support, and then combustion. And then what do we have here for our infernal cry, faster attacks? Oh, our movement will be shield charge attached to faster attacks, infernal cry, and then life tap. Auras, we have, this is important, vitality, and then arrogant. Connect that to arrogance so that it reserves a little bit of your life. Next, we have determination. Flammability will be our curse, and then connected to life tap. And then other auras is the purity of elements, and then finally malevolence. He said you can put some CWDT and then molten shell, and then an additional molten shell, but that's just too many buttons for me to press, so I didn't put it. But it's actually nice to have if you guys want it. Again, estimated physical damage reduction is at 86%. Once we pop our granite, that's huge. It goes up to 88% with a damage mitigation of what was it? No, there's no damage mitigation. But anyway, so that's really high. That's really good. And then what else? So our this is funny. Life regeneration per second is 2,137. That is crazy. That is crazy huge. But that's okay. You can actually go delving with this even though you don't have any, what do you call that? Light, and the dark doesn't damage you at all. It's really fun. Fire resistance at 81%, cold and lightning at 79%. I'm still working on the chaos resistance. Things can get expensive as you add chaos resist for some reason, so that needs a little bit of work. And then we have block chance, we have immune to ignite, chill, freeze, and shock. Alright, so that's about it. Did I discuss everything? Did I not forget anything? Yeah, I guess that's it. Alright, so thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.